The most scandalous and shocking facts about Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort has long been a controversial figure, earning global notoriety as a political consultant, lobbyist, and key player in Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. While his career boomed in the shadows of global politics, he has been dogged by scandals involving foreign influence, corruption, and personal controversies. This video explores 10 of the most shocking and fascinating facts about Manafort, focusing on his life, career, and legal troubles. Fact number 1. A privileged start, childhood and personal life. Paul John Manafort Jr. was born on April 1, 1949, in New Britain, Connecticut, into a politically active family that shaped his ambitions from an early age. His father, Paul Manafort Sr., served as mayor of New Britain between 1965 and 1971, representing the Republican Party, and owned a construction and demolition company. While admired for his leadership, Manafort Sr. faced controversies, including accusations of corruption related to city contracts, although he was never convicted. Growing up in this environment exposed young Manafort to both political power and scandal, laying the foundation for his career in politics and lobbying. Paul Jr. attended St. Thomas Aquinas High School and later enrolled at Georgetown University, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration in 1971 and a Juris Doctor from Georgetown Law in 1974. Manafort married Kathleen Bond in 1978, and the couple had 2 daughters, Jessica and Andrea. In 2017, Manafort's personal life entered the spotlight when Jessica's leaked text messages compared her father's business dealings to murder. The messages read, "Don't fool yourself. That money we have is blood money." This glimpse into the family's strained dynamics hinted at deeper personal conflicts stemming from Manafort's increasingly scandal-plagued career. Number 2. The architect of foreign influence. Paul Manafort's career as a political consultant and lobbyist spanned several decades, during which he built a lucrative business advising foreign leaders, often with authoritarian leanings and poor human rights records. One of his most controversial roles was working for Viktor Yanukovych, the pro-Russian president of Ukraine. Manafort was hired to rebrand Yanukovych in the mid-2000s, transforming his image from a brutal autocrat into a polished candidate aligned with Western ideals. In 2010, with Manafort's help, Yanukovych won the Ukrainian presidency, though his government would later face allegations of massive corruption and repression. Manafort reportedly earned at least $12 million from his work in Ukraine, though these payments were often routed through offshore accounts to avoid detection. His efforts to influence U.S. foreign policy by promoting pro-Kremlin narratives drew significant criticism. Manafort was accused of using Washington lobbying firms to sway U.S. lawmakers, portraying Yanukovych as a reformer while pushing policies favorable to Russian interests, a move that alarmed both Ukrainian activists and U.S. diplomats. Number 3. Manafort's secret money trail. The extent of Manafort's financial schemes became public in 2017, when investigators uncovered evidence that he had laundered tens of millions of dollars through shell companies and offshore accounts. According to special counsel Robert Mueller's report, Manafort concealed over $75 million earned from his consulting work abroad, using these funds to maintain a lavish lifestyle. He owned multiple properties, including a $4 million mansion in the Hamptons, a $3 million condo in Soho, and an estate in Alexandria, Virginia. Prosecutors revealed that Manafort spent more than $1 million on custom suits, $934,000 on antique rugs, and $15,000 on an ostrich leather jacket, which became a symbol of his arrogance and greed during the trial. His elaborate real estate portfolio and luxury purchases highlighted the scale of his financial deception, with Manafort using unreported foreign income to avoid millions in taxes. Number 4. The Trump campaign controversy. Manafort's appointment as Donald Trump's campaign chairman in March 2016 raised immediate concerns. His deep ties to foreign governments, particularly his work for pro-Russian leaders, became a point of contention within the Republican Party and among U.S. intelligence agencies. During his brief tenure, Manafort reportedly worked to soften the Republican Party's platform on Russia's annexation of Crimea, raising speculation that he was compromised by foreign interests. Manafort's tenure as campaign chairman ended abruptly in August 2016, following revelations about unreported payments from Yanukovych's party. Leaked documents from Ukraine's Black Ledger showed that Manafort had received $12.7 million in cash payments over several years. Under mounting pressure, Manafort resigned, but his presence had already fueled rumors about Russian interference in the 2016 election. Number 5. The Mueller investigation and conviction. Manafort's involvement in the 2016 election made him a key figure in special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian interference. In 2018, Manafort was convicted on 8 counts of financial crimes, including tax fraud, bank fraud, and failing to report foreign bank accounts. He faced additional charges for illegal lobbying, forcing him to strike a plea deal with prosecutors. However, Manafort violated the agreement by lying to investigators, further complicating his legal troubles. During his trial, Manafort's lawyers tried to paint him as a victim of selective prosecution, but the jury was unconvinced. The trial exposed not only his financial misconduct but also internal divisions within his family, with his wife Kathleen and daughters reportedly distancing themselves as his legal problems mounted. Number 6. Prison, pardon, and controversy. Manafort was sentenced to 7.5 years in federal prison in 2019, but he served less than 2 years due to health issues and the COVID-19 pandemic. He spent much of his sentence in home confinement before receiving a pardon from President Donald Trump on December 23, 2020. The pardon was widely condemned, with critics accusing Trump of rewarding Manafort's silence during the Mueller investigation. Legal experts described the pardon as a blatant abuse of power, reigniting public debate over the limits of presidential clemency. Number 7. Konstantin Kilimnik's link to Russian intelligence. Manafort's relationship with Konstantin Kilimnik, identified by U.S. officials as a Russian intelligence officer, became a crucial focus of investigations. Kilimnik was a former translator and political consultant, but his ties to Russian military intelligence raised red flags. Manafort shared internal polling data with Kilimnik in 2016, allegedly helping to target key swing states with disinformation. Investigators revealed that the pair used encrypted messaging apps and burner phones to avoid detection, complicating efforts to trace their communications. This collaboration fueled concerns that Manafort played a direct role in Russia's election interference, deepening suspicions about foreign influence on the 2016 election. Number 8. Connection to Russian oligarchs. Manafort's ties to Oleg Deripaska, a Russian oligarch closely aligned with Vladimir Putin, raised national security concerns. In 2006, Manafort signed a $10 million annual contract with Deripaska to promote Russian interests in Western countries. Their relationship faltered after a $19 million real estate deal in Ukraine failed, leaving Manafort deeply in debt. During the 2016 Trump campaign, Manafort offered Deripaska private briefings, likely as a way to resolve his debt. This raised red flags with U.S. intelligence, which viewed it as a potential back channel to the Kremlin. Deripaska's close connection to Putin and Manafort's role in softening the Republican Party's stance on Russia further fueled suspicions of collusion. Number 9. Manafort's role in Cypress and offshore banking. Manafort funneled over $75 million through offshore accounts in Cyprus to hide income from his consulting work and evade U.S. taxes. He established shell companies, such as Global Endeavor Limited and Lucical Consultants, to transfer funds through Bank of Cyprus and Marfin Popular Bank, known for facilitating money laundering. Manafort used these accounts to purchase luxury real estate, vehicles, and high-end goods, while also paying contractors in cash to avoid documentation. His Cyprus dealings became a central focus during his trial, illustrating his deliberate efforts to conceal foreign income. The use of these methods mirrored strategies employed by Russian oligarchs, deepening concerns about Manafort's financial relationships and motives. Number 10. Partnership with Roger Stone in dirty campaign tricks. Manafort's partnership with Roger Stone began in the 1970s and gained prominence when they co-founded Black, Manafort and Stone in 1980. The firm pioneered a new era of lobbying by merging political consulting with influence peddling and took on notorious clients, including dictators like Mobutu Sese Seko of Zaire and Ferdinand Marcos of the Philippines. Their work became synonymous with aggressive and questionable tactics, solidifying both men's reputations as ruthless operatives. During the 2016 presidential election, Stone and Manafort reportedly collaborated on unconventional strategies to boost Trump's campaign. Investigators later found that Stone was involved in plans to use WikiLeaks to release hacked Democratic emails, which were believed to have come from Russian intelligence. Communications between Manafort and Stone suggested they coordinated efforts to weaponize the leaks against Hillary Clinton, reflecting their long-standing reliance on political dirty tricks to achieve results.